All right, peace, peace, peace. Well, first and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High in your house, y'all, is blessing your day. Um, by His mercies, you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house, y'all's body. Two are naturally alive. And I want to get into this, man, how, honestly, like, being in His image again. But this time we going to be in, you know, we're going to get on the other aspect of this, on the other end of the spectrum of this, how, like, we have to be in the Most High House's image, but, that spirit of, envy, that's in the image of Satan, man, because, because when it says this in Proverbs 3:31, this is not going into the oppressors, meaning, the other nations. Now, of course, our people go into that. And that's what the kind of what Isaiah 30 goes into. One, spiritually, then all the other things too as well. But the Isaiah 30 goes into woe unto them that trust in Egypt, things of that nature. But that's another story. That's something else for another day too. But it's going into don't be like the oppressors. One, the oppressors like the scribes and Pharisees don't want to be like them, honestly, because you know what it is too? So a lot of times people can, what they went through, they can. It's the simple saying of you could end up becoming up what you hated or what you hate, pretty much, man. Because it's like this, like example, right? Like it's like certain artists, right? Because I don't want to say names because it all might be alleged, but they when they came up first got into the game, in the rap game, or even in the music game, like in the music industry, right? End up signing to a bad, like they had somebody that what's the word I'm looking for? What's the title I'm looking for? They signed to somebody that was taking all their money, but then they find, like, the artist gets established, things and nature, then they run their own label, then they turn around and do the same thing, honestly. Like, it's kind of like, like the whole, I remember Colin Cowherd saying this, like, how, how, like, if y'all follow sports or the NFL, how, like Aaron Rodgers kind of like end up becoming like Brett Favre in that aspect too. So pretty much the point is you could end up like what you hate or what you really dislike or things that you went through, you end up becoming doing the same thing that happened to you, and so that's it is what it is. So that's why it says that don't envy the oppressors, man, because that's kind of going into like the scribes and the Pharisees, but also to not only the other nations, but also to the scribes and Pharisees, but or people like that, wicked rulers or judges, things of that nature, people that pervert the word for their own gain. So, yeah. So let's get this Proverbs 3:31. It says, "Do not envy the oppressor and choose not none of his ways." So exactly. But on the spiritual tip, we're gonna go into this as this could be like being in Satan's image, man, because he's big on envy, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just like it's the hearts of men, but also too, it's like because we're gonna get this in Wisdom of Solomon too, real quick, man. Because when people say this, it's a misconception. Because the Most High, Satan never wanted to be like the Most High. He never wanted his attributes, but he does want the praise and admiration of that. So that's it, is what it is. So let's get this again. It says Proverbs 3:31. Do not envy the oppressor and choose not his ways. So, yeah, because when you do that, when you're envious, you're in Satan's image. That's the spirit of Satan. Because look at this Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. It says, and this goes into being his image, what we kind of talking about. For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him in his image of his own eternity. Yeah, so that was the plan. That was the plan from day one. But through Yahushua and the gospel, witness and testimony, what Yahushua did, what he does even to this day, what he did is so we could live forever now. But verse 24, nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death in the world, and they that hold of his side do find this. So see that? Yeah, man. So see that? That's why Proverbs 27 says nothing can stand before envy. Because when you're envious, you'll do anything. Envious people, they do anything, man. So that's kind of being, when you're envious, you're in Satan's image, and like kind of that's the image of Satan, not the image of the Most High Yahushua. But anyway, man, But still, let me not say that, because it's not to absolve the hearts of men, the evil, wicked hearts of men, because it's easy to, let me say this too, it's easy to blame, because people do this as well. They blame Satan and blame demons or blame other factors, but ultimately, man, like, we house shot what his biggest mission, one of his biggest messages was to say, what he did was he saved us from ourselves. He told us that our biggest enemy is ourselves. Like we talk about this all the time. Like the notorious, the Biggie movie. We can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Or Michael Jackson said, "The man in the mirror." So, yeah, man, that's just going into being like, when you're in the spirit of envy, like you're in the in like Satan's image, your adversary, man. But see, that's what, going back to scribes and Pharisees. Like I was just looking at this yesterday. What did Pilate say that they killed Yahushua for? Envy. He said through envy they know he killed him, man. So it's all throughout the word and throughout time, man. So hopefully it's edifying, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully it's edifying to you, brothers and sisters. So peace.